everybody, this is Colleen from the Respect Life office. I've been asked to share a little bit about what our office does and what Respect Life is all about. So, Respect for Life is basically everything. It's life. So, the definition of respect is due regard for the feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others, consideration, thoughtfulness, attentiveness, politeness, civility. It involves all facets of life. The bishops have put together a pastoral plan for pro-life activities, so I'd like to go through that with you. There are 4 areas of pro-life activism, but it's important to remember as I go through them that everybody's not called to everything. So you can tailor these to fit in to your life the way you're comfortable, sometimes a little uncomfortable depending on what it is, but we're all called to minister in different ways, I guess is the best way to put it. So you might not want to stand out on the sidewalk outside Planned Parenthood and pray for an end to abortion, but you might want to go to a Gabriel Project and fold the clothes, the baby clothes, and help straighten up the warehouse a little bit. So you might not want to march for life or hold a sign at Life Chain, but maybe you'd like to plan like a birthright fundraiser or, decide to put together a bulletin board for your church that has pro-life stuff on it, resources and things like that. So just being an example is important. You can educate by wearing Precious Life pins, start up some conversations with people. You can use pro-life stickers on your envelopes when you're mailing things. You could post pro-life things on Facebook. But remember, whatever you do, the basis of everything we do is love and respect. So do it in love and be respectful. Listen to other people's point of view, but don't be afraid to offer correction or share your personal experience. That makes a big difference when you're talking to someone if you have personal experience in the certain area. So the first area of pro-life activism, according to the Bishop's Pastoral Plan for Pro-Life Activities, is information and education. And that is a huge one. That is a lot of what our office does, a lot of what our office offers. As I said before, you could do things in your parish like have a display or a bulletin board. You could plan bulletin announcements with your pastor. Maybe you'll have like a little pro-life corner in your bulletin. Some people do that where they have a different stat like every week. So most of the things that we have information about, we post on our website, which is rcdony.org/prolife. We also publish in the bi-monthly diocesan e-notes, which is available online. You can sign up for that and it goes right to your inbox. Pastoral documentation has some things on it and from our office. And then also the North Country Catholic newspaper. We publish things in there quite often. One thing that you can do to stay plugged in on a state level is, and also some local stuff too, is to join the Catholic Advocacy Network. So you can go to www.nyscatholic.org and sign up for what's called Action Alerts. And you'll receive updates about important legislation and how to reach out to your representatives. Everything's right there on how to contact them. Also, in your information that I believe you got mailed, you should have this handy dandy card, which you can sign up to the Catholic Advocacy Network. And then there's also protocols on how to contact your representatives. So there's tips for calling, tips for writing. So that's in here too. You could check that out in your folder that I believe you got mailed already. If you are a homeschooling parent, which I understand there are more and more homeschooling parents out there, a great resource is cultureoflifestudies.com. And they have a lot of free things. They have lessons, actual like school lessons. They have free book reviews and book suggestions. And these are all pro-life movies, movie guides, pro-life movies to watch with your children. There are crossword puzzles that are pro-life. There are really cool coloring pages. We've used those on the youth buses before. So the second area of pro-life activism is pastoral care. And each summer, our office orders these packets from the USCCB that are mailed to each pastor for Respect Life Sunday, which is in October. And it has a wealth of information, including a poster. You may have seen it in your church. The website for that information, if you want to take a look at it, you could ask your pastor to look at it too, is www.usccb.org/prolife or www.respectlife.org. And each Respect Life month each year has a theme. This year's theme is Live the Gospel of Life, Imitate Christ, and Follow in His Footsteps. So maybe you could help your pastor, select which items from the packet to use in your parish. There's a lot of different ideas you can do with that. If you need any help, you can definitely call our office. So there's other programs that we have in our diocese that's helpful to pastors and to others too. One is Rachel's Vineyard. It's an after-abortion healing retreat, and we usually have it in the spring and fall, and it's usually held at Guggenheim Lodge in Saranac Lake. It's a 3-day retreat offering hope and healing to women and men suffering after abortion loss. There are 2 priests trained in our ministry, in this ministry in our diocese, and one is Father Mark Riley, and the other is Father Brian Stitt. Our clinician is from Albany, and our retreat facilitator is from Canada. So it's strictly confidential, although I do understand that some people would not want to go to a retreat in our diocese. So if you go to rachelsvineyard.org, it has a list of all the locations. It's worldwide, not just the United States. So I'm sure you can find a location that would work for you. And again, if you need any help, you can just call our office. We're familiar with a lot of the different areas, mainly the ones close to us. But we could, suggest which retreat might fit you best. Let's see. The important thing is that it is restricted to a small group, so try to register early. And it's important that you don't suffer alone because help is available. Sometimes women and men feel very alone. They don't want to talk about this. They're ashamed. They feel like it's the sin that can't be forgiven. But that's not true. You're not alone, and it can be forgiven. And, step 1, we usually encourage people to talk to their pastor first to go to confession. But if you're not comfortable with that, confession is offered during the retreat too. So again, any questions, you can just give us a call. The second thing, the second program in our diocese that's very active is Gabriel Project. And this is a parish-based crisis pregnancy program. There are 9 locations in our diocese. It's a parish apostolate that walks with moms throughout their pregnancy and afterwards too. They offer spiritual and material assistance through a friend called an angel. They call them angels, to drive to doctor's appointments, publish needs in the bulletin, basically to be a friend. And Gabriel Project was founded in Galveston, Houston, Texas, and Father Jerry Blow is the one that brought it to our diocese, and it has literally helped thousands in the North Country. It is a fantastic, just a really, really great ministry. The third area of pro-life activism is public policy advocacy. There's a lot of different things you can do. I mentioned some of them in the beginning. You can participate in January activities around the anniversary of Roe v. Wade, marches, candlelight vigils, prayer services. You can let others know about the diocesan buses to the DC March. You can help with county pro-life fair booths. That's a great opportunity to meet the public, spread the pro-life message that way. You could publicize Life Change Sunday, attend Life Change Sunday, invite friends. This year it's Sunday, October 4th. It's always the first Sunday in Respect Life Month. And there are various locations around our diocese. You can check lifechain.net has more information on that. And the great thing about LifeChain is you're already social distancing because we already stand far apart on the sidewalk. So that's, we're definitely doing that this year. That's another thing that's a go. Also, we have New York State Right to Life affiliates in our diocese. We have Champlain Valley Right to Life, which is in Plattsburgh, Lewis County Right to Life, Life Right of Watertown. And while these are not church affiliated, they do pro-life work, and they do great pro-life work. So they can always use help too. They're always looking for volunteers. And we also have, our diocese has a public policy group that was newly formed, I'd say a couple years ago we started meeting. So that is at rcdony.org/aboutthediocese/public policy. So you could always check out that website too for more information. The fourth area is prayer and worship. And I just jotted down a few things that we have. You could offer a parish pro-life holy hour for life. You could have pro-life intercessions at Mass. You could participate in 40 Days for Life. There's one location in Plattsburgh that's a registered location. I heard there may be one starting in Watertown too. There's more information on that at 40, it's the number 40daysforlife.org. You could host a Mass of Remembrance for those who have lost children. You could offer a gift at Mother's Day or Father's Day, even something small like a carnation, a prayer card, or something that costs no money at all. You could just have the mom stand up and have a blessing, or the dads. But what I was asked to talk most about is number 3, public policy. So we're going to go back to that and talk a little bit specifically about voting, because this is an election year. And voting is very, very important. So the Catechism of the Catholic Church, paragraph 2240, states, submission to authority and co-responsibility for the common good make it morally obligatory to pay taxes, to exercise the right to vote, and to defend one's country. The Catholic bishops have a booklet entitled Forming Consciences for Faithful Citizenship, a call to political responsibility. And you can, I actually have this in my hand here, but the whole thing is online too at faithfulcitizenship.org. So if you want to look that up and see. So what is forming a good conscience? Everybody knows what your conscience is. So forming it means you should try to be informed about the topics, research the candidates, know the party platforms, and remember to weigh the issues. Some issues are more important than other issues. Some acts are always wrong. Faithful Citizenship states that a Catholic cannot vote for a candidate who favors promoting an intrinsically evil act. So that's very important to think about when you're voting. There are many sources to help with voting. Our Sunday Visitor has this handy dandy little pamphlet, which you can also read online. So there's that. Let's see, what else do we have? And if you have any questions about where your candidate stands, just ask them. I had a local candidate, walk up to me during the Winter Carnival Parade last year and give me her card and said, "Can I count on your vote?" And I was with my grandkids and she was like, "Oh, are you a mom?" And was talking to me and I'm like, well, she's talking about voting. I know it's Winter Carnival Parade, but I'm just going to ask her, "Are you pro-life?" And she could not say yes. She could not tell me she was pro-life. She said, I believe a woman should have a right to choose, but that children should have education and vote. I said, "Nope, sorry, you're not going to get my vote." I mean, you just ask whenever you can. You could call their office. A lot of the representatives have local offices. You don't have to go to Albany, although you could call Albany too. So anyway, don't be afraid to ask. Sometimes you won't know. You can't even tell from the materials that they put out if they are pro-life, so you need to ask. Let's see, what else do we have here? One of the important things to remember is that the representatives work for you. So you vote them into office and they represent you. So if they don't know where you stand, they don't know how to vote, what the majority thinks. So it's really important to make your voice known. Specific issues to look at. Catholic Answers says that there are 5 non-negotiables. They are abortion, human cloning, euthanasia, which is physician-assisted suicide, stem cell research, and homosexual marriage. The church has strict teachings on all of these. And Catholic Answers, if you go to their website, they have the catechism paragraphs that speak to each of these life issues, and sometimes there are several. So it's a pretty long document, but it's very informative. It's great. Actually, I have some of the pages right here so you can see what it looks like, where they have them all numbered with the catechism. And another thing to remember is that Catholics make up 30% of those who vote in national elections. We as Catholics have the power to make our country a better nation, more welcoming to life, more supportive of families, more effective in programs to help the poor. Once politicians notice that Catholics vote their values, we can influence our leaders a lot. So voting is very powerful. And you might feel, when it comes to voting, that you are just a little fish in a big sea, but all those fishes add up. So one of the things I like to remember is what Pope Benedict said. And he says, each of us is the result of a thought of God. Each of us is willed. Each of us is loved. And each of us is necessary. So again, if you have any questions about anything that was presented, feel free to give our office a call. And I think that's it for now. There's more stuff that was in your handout. I'm sure you'll find it. Building a Culture of Life is in there, the colored 2-paged document from the New York State Catholic Conference. That's fantastic. Then there's the Pregnant Need Help. You guys should have these already posted in your church because all of the pastors received them. But if you need more, let us know. And there's some right in your packet so you can copy them too. And then Where Is That in the New Abortion Law is also a handout that's very informative, and a lot of people ask for that too. A few other things, I'm just trying to think of things that people ask. If anyone's having a problem with infertility, I highly recommend the Gianna Center in Albany. They are fantastic. Dr. Jan Patterson has helped many women in our diocese who teleconference with her, but then also go to Albany to see her too. And if you need more Rachel's Vineyard brochures for your church, be sure to let me know. Whoops, that one's upside down. And then also the Plattsburgh Pregnancy Center has brochures. It's in Plattsburgh. They offer free ultrasounds. Everything they offer is free. So if you know anybody who needs help, they are there to help. So if you have any other questions, give me a call or send me an email or send me a Facebook message. I'm on Facebook. So have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your conference. Thank you.